Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. The threat of severe storms looms over North Mississippi and West Alabama overnight. We kick things off with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson. Keith, what's the timeline for some of these storms?
Well, Scott, right now we're looking at maybe before midnight across our western counties. Right now we have no issues whatsoever. A live sweep here with our Doppler radar just after 10 o'clock, no issues. But big time storms west of the Mississippi River. Severe thunderstorm warnings and even some tornado warnings out here right now. Now, these storms are racing to the east at about 60 miles per hour. A wall of wind, rain, lightning, some embedded circulations, and at that speed, they will slip east of 55 sometime before midnight. We have no watch in place right now. We're just looking at the potential for a new severe weather watch being issued here shortly for our area. So we'll keep you updated on that during the newscast. But the main threat here after midnight or so, maybe a little bit before in the west, would be strong damaging wind and heavy rainfall. The tornado threat is low, not zero. We'll watch it, and perhaps a little bit of hail, but mainly a wind threat here as those storms race off to the east. It's currently very warm and sticky, and that fuel is going to give rise to these strong showers and storms later on this evening. So another look at the radar and a look ahead at the weekend, Scott, in just a few minutes.
All right, Keith, thank you very much. Well, Boonville police issue a warning after 2 drug overdose deaths. The drugs police say were laced with fentanyl. Tonight, several folks in Boonville, they met at the park to talk about ways to combat what many is calling a growing epidemic. Our Quentin Smith has more.
The recent overdose deaths have residents in Boonville on high alert. Now they're trying to find ways to get fentanyl off the streets and clean up their community.
But this is the beginning of great things in this city and in this community.
It's a tragedy that these souls have been lost and these people have died.
Residents in Boonville are now on a mission to take back their community.
A mother lost her son, her daughter. A child lost its mother or father.
This after a potent and deadly drug found its way into the Prentice County town.
This is just such a small community. We really don't experience stuff like this. It's just a good place to raise your children.
Tina McDonald was one of hundreds of people who came out to the meeting looking for a way to put an end to what she calls a growing epidemic.
I just think the devil is busy. We just, as church members, we just need to do more praying. We need to be more visible in the community instead of just going to the church. We need to get out and work the community more.
During the service, local pastors prayed for those who've been affected by the drug, and they also gave out information to make everyone aware of fentanyl and also the resources that are available to them.
We just inform our community, inform our individual churches of the resources, just giving them more resources, even if they are addicted to drugs. We're not going to look down on them, but we're going to just give them the necessary help for them so they can be successful.
It's okay to fall. It's not okay not to get back up. When you fall down, you got to get back up, and you got to try. So we just want to encourage everybody, if you've fallen, to get back up on your feet, seek help, call someone, call your local pastor, call your church. There's organizations that'll reach out and help you with these drug addiction and problems with drug addiction.
Mayor Chris Lindley admits the drugs and tragic deaths have rocked the entire city. However, he says he's confident that with continuous prayer and by raising awareness, they'll be able to take back their community.
And I know there's been some very bad remarks on Facebook, people saying that they deserve what they get, but it's by the grace of God that it could be me. It could be anybody. The Bible says, judge not, lest you be judged by the same judgment.
Community members say they hope everyone takes what they learned tonight and implement it into their everyday lives. They say the community as a whole coming together is the only way to get this drug off of the streets. Reporting in Boonville, Quentin Smith, WCBI News.
First Pentecostal Church in Boonville has an outpatient counseling program to help assist anyone who may be struggling from drug addiction. A Columbus officer on patrol arrests a man minutes after he allegedly stole from a business. 51-year-old Dexter Fulton is charged with grand larceny and misdemeanor drug possession. Police Chief Fred Shelton says the officer saw Fulton leaving a Highway 45 business Sunday evening. Fulton was pulled over and CPD found the stolen items, which were later returned to the owner. Shelton credited good police work with that arrest. West Point police are looking for a stolen vehicle. Now, police say that it happened this morning from an apartment complex on Cul-de-sac Street. Now, this is a picture of a car that looks similar. It's not the exact car. The car that was stolen, police say, is a black 2011 Chrysler 300. It has 2 sunroofs and tinted windows. The stolen car's license plate number is CYA4871. If you have any information, you're asked to call Golden Triangle Crime Stoppers or West Point Police. Choctaw County deputies make an arrest in a store burglary. A picture of this Kia Sportage was released after thieves broke into the WCBI Country Store. Now, investigators say the break-in happened on June 15th. The burglary could be related to a similar crime in Kemper County. We're told law enforcement in Choctaw, Winston, and Kemper counties, they're all investigating this case. Deputies are not releasing any information at this time about the person that is in custody, but they do say more arrests are expected. If you have any information on this crime, you're asked to call the Choctaw County Sheriff's Department. Criminals often target rural stores. Isolation can make them seem like easy targets, but many store owners are trying to put a stop to that. Our Riley Livingston, she went out to find out how they keep employees, customers, and their property protected.
In less than a month, the WCBI Country Store has been burglarized twice. Now, they're taking action.
As of yesterday, we put the ADT system in, so we're hoping that's gonna, stop it.
Store owner Sherry Harris says the new system and the cameras they already have in place should scare people away.
I hope, that people will come in now and know this. We've got the ADT sign, but, some people just stick them up when you don't even have security, But like I said, I'm hoping we've got a monitor behind the counter now. Hopefully people will see that we do have them for real on camera.
Even if the new security measures don't deter the criminals, there's always another benefit.
And I know not long ago we had somebody steal a pack of cigarettes, I think, and then they were able to check the security cameras and catch the guy that did it.
When criminals strike, rural stores are often at another disadvantage. Law enforcement is often spread thin. So Harris says they don't wait, and it's paid off.
The law's gotten where they're, like the morning that my husband, we called it in, the law officer wasn't too far behind getting here. He was here, in no time. So, that made me feel a little better.
Employees often find themselves working alone late at night. For Sierra Drury, having something like a magnetic locking door helps put her at ease.
It helps a lot, especially the door, I think, is one of the best things that I like, is that you can lock it. Whenever I started here, I was a little nervous being here by myself at night, but after working here for a little bit, it's fine.
Other stores we talked to today say they also have other security measures in place that they didn't want to share. Well, new tonight, students learning automotive technology at Itawamba Community College will have the latest classroom materials to work with. Toyota Mississippi donated 10 next-generation Corollas to the school today at Blue Springs. The vehicles will be used so students can get hands-on training with the latest vehicle technology.
And we've had a long relationship with ICC. They've delivered us some great talent through our AMT program and our new hire processes as well. This gives us another opportunity today to not only strengthen that relationship, but help build students to know some of the latest technology with our vehicles.
Our students are getting to work on the current technology, the current engines that they're going to see out there as they go to maintain these vehicles in employment opportunities in the future.
The cars were originally used to provide on-site training for team members at the Blue Springs facility. Mississippi is holding steady in the Annie E. Casey Foundation 2019 Kids Count. Kids Count is a survey of the health and well-being of children across the country. The bad news is we're still ranked 48th. Our Tori Talley has more on what goes into that report.
The Annie E. Casey Foundation 2019 Kids Count measures 16 indicators of children's well-being on topics from health to education to family, even economic well-being. Co-director of Mississippi Kids Count, Dr. Heather Hanna, says the stats show some successes across the nation as a whole and in the Magnolia State. 95% of children in Mississippi now have health insurance.
In 1990, we had 17% of our children without health insurance. Today, we have 5%, so huge gains, and we can thank the ACA for that. We can thank CHIP for that. We can thank Medicaid for that because it is really covering children in our state.
Hanna says Mississippi has also seen gains in education.
We have more children reading at grade level and performing on math tests at grade level than we have in the past. And we have more kids graduating on time, and that's true for the nation as a whole, too.
But it's not all good news.
In terms of family and community, that tends to be our lowest ranking and where we struggle as a state the most in providing those really healthy, vibrant environments for kids to be raised in. We did see some improvements, though, with teen pregnancy. They saw that as a nation as a whole and also in the state.
Hannah says the economic environment is still the state's weakest link.
We have seen some modest gains over the past 30 years. That's true for the whole country, and it's true for Mississippi. However, the problem is we rank so low to start with in economic well-being that that's an area that we know we really need to focus.
And focusing on Mississippi's ranking in the National 2019 Kids Count Report is something Hannah says is crucial because it concerns the state's future, its children.
It's very important that we understand where we are as a state compared to other states so we know what those benchmarks are. And we can look to other states for their policies and their strategies and borrow those best practices and apply them here in Mississippi to try to achieve those same outcomes.
The Social Science Research Center at Mississippi State also releases its own version of Kids Count. It's called the Mississippi Kids Count and focuses on the state and compares the data by counties.
Pretty good light show out here in Greenville right now. This is looking west at the Mississippi River. Look at that light show right there. A big line of storms coming into the state of Mississippi. We'll have another radar check after the break. Stay tuned.
Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
Here's our Alpha Insurance Camera Network in Vernon at Durham's Pharmacy, Louisville, Mississippi, Columbus, and Tupelo. A pretty nice sunset. And if you look, you can see this canopy of cirrus clouds coming on in associated with the storms blowing our way. Right now, no watch in place. We are likely going to get a new severe thunderstorm watch here very, very soon for parts of our area. Right now, that watch is just to our west. The storms are about 96 miles west of I-55, and they are moving quickly at about 60 miles per hour. And we showed you going to break a lot of lightning in that. This is a potent little bow echo right here, and right along the leading edge, some very strong wind. There's also been some circulation right along the leading edge too. So there have been a few tornado warnings recently out there in Arkansas. Those have since been allowed to expire, but now we are looking at severe thunderstorm warnings, these flashing orange lines now encompassing parts of the western part of Mississippi here in the Delta. So these storms are racing to the east, and it's safe to assume that they will hold together at some point as they get east of 55. So the farther west you live right now, plan on at least some damaging wind gust potential here, some very heavy rainfall, tremendous amounts of lightning. The tornado threat is low, not zero. We could get a spin-up type circulation here as that line moves on through, but in general, more of a wind threat. And really, crossing Arkansas this evening, all these little white dots here illustrate where we've had 50, 60, up to 70 mile per hour wind gusts in some of these storms out there, in addition to some hail. So the forecast model picking up on it, it's actually a little bit behind what's actually happening. So these storms will race across our area tonight, and it looks like most of this should probably be out of here by 2, maybe 3 at the latest. And when you wake up in the morning, no severe weather potential. We'll bubble up some additional storms during the day tomorrow. Highs getting back into the mid to upper 80s, the heat index well into the 90s. But the overall severe weather threat after tonight looks to be on the low end tomorrow with these pulse, typical summertime storms that we will likely have in the forecast tomorrow, dotting the landscape here. So that is our Thursday. As we get into Friday, rain chances lower a little bit. Can't rule out some showers and storms, but the big story will start to be the increase in heat and all of that humidity. We're looking at highs this weekend well into the low to mid 90s. The heat index getting back into the triple digits. So it is going to be a warm stretch of days here. Here's your future heat index forecast for Friday, triple digits. Same story likely Saturday too. All right, here's your AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Some stormy weather tonight, dwindling rain chances later this week. A steamy weekend, more storms possible later next week. And we'll have another look at the radar here at the end of the show.
Going into Game 2 in Omaha, the Bulldogs had not lost a game since the SEC tournament. But you know what they say about all good things. We have highlights and reaction later in sports.
You're watching WCBI News at 10 with Scott Martin.
Welcome back, everyone. As we age, memory decline is common, but when is it a cause for concern? In tonight's Health Talk with Baptist, we learn more about Alzheimer's disease.
Hello, I'm Dr. Ashley Harris, geriatrician and chief medical officer at Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. Tonight we are discussing one specific type of dementia, Alzheimer's disease. Alzheimer's disease is a progressive disorder that causes brain cells to waste away, resulting in a decline in thinking, behavior, and social skills that disrupt a person's ability to function independently. The early signs of the disease may be forgetting recent events or conversations. As the disease progresses, a person with Alzheimer's disease will develop severe memory impairment and lose the ability to carry out everyday tasks. Current Alzheimer's disease medications may temporarily improve symptoms or slow the rate of decline. These treatments can sometimes help people with Alzheimer's disease maximize function and maintain independence for a time. Different programs and services can help support people with Alzheimer's disease and their caregivers. There is no treatment that cures Alzheimer's disease or alters its process in the brain. In advanced stages of the disease, complications from severe loss of brain function, such as dehydration, malnutrition, or infection, result in death. Everyone has occasional memory lapses. It's normal to lose track of where you put your keys or forget the name of an acquaintance. But the memory loss associated with Alzheimer's disease persists and worsens, affecting the ability to function at work or at home. A number of conditions, some that are treatable, can result in memory loss or other dementia symptoms. If you are concerned about your memory or other thinking skills, talk to your doctor for a thorough assessment and diagnosis. If you are concerned about symptoms you observe in a family member or friend, talk about your concerns and ask about going to a doctor's appointment together. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, when we will discuss another form of dementia, Lewy body dementia.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
The month of June, by the way, is Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness Month. Happening June 27th is a program with Dr. Harris titled Alzheimer's Disease and Other Dementias, More Than Just Memory Loss. You have to pre-register for that event. You can do so by calling 662-244-1132. You know, the problem with streaks, they come to an end at the worst times. The sports crew takes a look at one that ended today when we come back.
CBI sports coverage of the NCAA College World Series is brought to you in part by Bill Russell Ford, Prestige Farms, OCH Regional Medical Center, Advanced Medicine, Compassionate Care, Home Store Furnishings in Starkville, and Visit Columbus, the city that has it all.
For the first time in the 2019 postseason, Mississippi State faces elimination. The Bulldogs falling to Vanderbilt 6-3 in the winner's bracket game on Wednesday. The Bulldogs now set to face Louisville in the elimination game on Thursday. Mississippi State struggling all day long with Vanderbilt star freshman pitcher Kumar Rocker. Tanner Allen saying after the game that Rocker was in complete control of two pitches, fastball and sinker, all game long, giving the Bulldogs fits. And then the big fifth inning for Vanderbilt. That's really your ball game, a 5 spot in the fifth. Big thanks to Stephen Scott's second home run of the ball game, a 3-run homer to right that really blew the game open. The Bulldogs were able to tack on a couple runs late, trying to get a late rally out of it, but in the end, Vanderbilt playing way too strong of a ball game. Tanner Allen saying after the game that Rocker was the difference, but now they'll have to refocus for Louisville on Thursday.
Their guy was really good tonight. Really good pitcher, controlled two pitches. He was really tough, but we got him out the game. We were able to score some runs. The ball just went far away tonight, and that's part of the game.
I thought everybody that came in the game did a good job of slowing it down, just really one inning got us, and I thought we outplayed them the whole entire game, and, we like to have that one back, but that's how baseball is, and we just got to keep it rolling.
I've been in those situations before. I was in it last year against Vanderbilt. It just comes down to, do you want it? That's really all it was. I was just trying to fight for my team. And if I could throw some zeros for them, then I know they'd have a chance to win.
The big thing is we're still Mississippi State. We're still the Bulldogs, and we still have this same toughness that we have every single game. And just knowing that this could be the last time we put the uniform on is going to make everybody go out there and play a little bit harder, I think.
We always say if we're going to play each other, we're not scheduling each other, I can tell you that. But if we play each other, we'd want it to be Omaha. We were just hoping we were in different brackets than in the last games. So obviously one of us will go home, but one of us will get to keep playing. But the reality is it's Mississippi State against Louisville, and Dan nor I get to swing a bat or hopefully him not steal a base or anything like that. It'll come down to the kids.
Chris Lemonis, of course, talking about longtime friend Dan McConnell, head coach of Louisville. The two hoping to never meet up on opposite dugouts, but now it'll come down to their season on the line in a decisive Game 3 here in Omaha. Mississippi State and Louisville first pitch on Thursday, set for 7 p.m. Mississippi State hoping to keep its national championship hopes alive and keep the season going for one more game. Reporting here in Omaha, Tom Ebel for WCBI Sports.
WCBI sports coverage of the NCAA College World Series is brought to you in part by Monroe County Farm Bureau, Jackson Square Storage, Bill Cunningham, attorney at law, and Bank First, a better way to bank.
As promised, there's that severe thunderstorm watch until 6 a.m. Now, these storms are really packing a punch in the Delta right now. We have warnings and some wind speeds likely over 50 miles per hour out there, and those storms have had a history of damaging wind gusts. They are moving east, so let's just assume damaging wind potential here, at least in some spots during the next couple of hours. We'll be here all night long monitoring the storms here on TV and on social media.
All right, thank you very much, Keith. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night. Stay safe. We'll see you tomorrow.